बेटा चलो पूरा ग्रैंड टेस्ट एक बार कर लेंगे बेटा 11th एंड 12th सिलेबस का। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 देखो बेटा एसी सर्किट का है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 इज यंग्स मॉडुलस इलास्टिसिटी। चलो ट्राई करो। A wire of length L, area of cross section A is hanging from a fixed support. Okay, the wire of length L and area of cross section A is hanging from a fixed support. The length of the wire becomes L plus L1, and थोड़ी देर के बाद when you are attaching the weight, it is becoming L plus L1, and a mass M is suspended from its free end. इसको जब हम लोग ने mass लगाया from this one capital A. The expression for the modulus will be equal to how much? And Young's modulus का फॉर्मूला क्या है बेटा आपने क्या बताइए? Y is equals to stress divided by strain. Y is equals to stress divided by strain. ठीक है? स्ट्रेस क्या होता है बेटा इसमें बताइए? Stress is equals to force by area. Isn't it? So it is equals to your mg divided by A. Strain will be equal to how much for me? इसको भी हम लोग ने मास लगाया हुआ था। Strain is equals to change in length divided by original length. So y will be equal to mg divided by A divided by strain. Strain is equals to L1 divided by L. And y will be equal to mg into your L. This will be your mg into your L divided by A into your L1. Isn't it? Fourth option. Done. Question number 3 delivered. A long solenoid of length 40 cm having 240 turns carries a current of 5 amperes. Length दे रखा है 40 centimeters. Number of turns दे रखा है total right now for me. The total number of turns in this one is given as of here. We know the formula. Total number of turns is equals to 240 turns. Current दे रखा है इसमें 5 ampere. The magnetic field at the center of solenoid. Magnetic field at the center of solenoid. Magnetic field of the solenoid का formula क्या है बेटा? B is equals to mu naught into Ni into your I. N का formula क्या होता है याद है आपको? N is equals to total number of turns per your unit length. So mu naught की वैल्यू कितनी हो जाएगी? 4 pi into 10 to the power of -7 into N. That is 240 divided by 40 into current is nothing but 5. इसको कर लो आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. Then चलो. The ray is incident at an angle I on the surface of a small angled prism with angle of the prism 5 degree and emerges normally from the opposite face. If the refractive index of the material of prism is 1.4, then angle of incidence is nearly how much only? So अगर emerging normally है तो angle of emergence कितना बन जाएगा बेटा? 0, isn't it? तो R2 की वैल्यू भी कितनी हो जाएगी इसके लिए? 0. You know the formula, angle of the prism will be equal to your R1 plus of your R2, isn't it? So R1 will be equal to how much beta? Angle of prism के बराबर हो जाएगा. Now apply the Snell's law when a ray of light is been incident on a prism like this, on a prism of a small angled prism कितना इसका 5 degrees. This one is been incident on this one and it is moving on the opposite force normally to this one. And इसके साथ ही angle बना रही है 90 degrees. ठीक है ना? The refractive index of the prism is given for me. Mu की value दे रखा है. Mu is equals to 1.4. Then angle of incident is nearly how much for me? So it is mu is equals to sine of your I divided by sine of your R. For small angled prisms, I can write sine theta will be equal to theta beta, isn't it? R will be equal to how much for mu? What is the value of R? So it is sine I is equals to mu into your sine R. As angles are very small, so I is equals to mu into R. Mu की वैल्यू दे रखा है अपने को. I is equals to mu into R. Mu की वैल्यू 1.4 और R की वैल्यू है equal to angle of prism that is equals to 5 degrees. So 1.4 into 5 and 14 by 10. 10 and 2. 7 2s are 14. So this will be equal to 7 degrees. Done. Check. Question number 5 is electrostatics. Question number 6. For which of the following cases Bohr model is not valid? Deuteron atom, hydrogen atom, singly ionized helium atom, singly ionized lithium atom. Bohr atom is only applicable for single electron specimen beta. Now lithium has more than one electron in orbit, so Bohr's orbital is not valid. Lithium. What is the answer for this one? Lithium. न्यूट्रॉन के लिए एप्लीकेबल होगा, हाइड्रोजन के लिए एप्लीकेबल होगा, सिंगली आयनाइज्ड हीलियम एटम के लिए भी होगा, बट सिंगली आयनाइज्ड लिथियम एटम में वी हैव मोर देन one electron system, so hydrogen spectrum Bohr's model is not applicable. Question number 7 देख लीजिए. Light with the average flux, light with your average flux of 50 watt per centimeter square, and intensity is equals to power by area. इस intensity को हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? Average flux. Falls normally on a non-reflecting surface and absorb हो जाएगी. At a normal incidence having the surface area 10 centimeter square, the energy received by the surface during the span of 1 minute of time will be equal to how much? So you know the formula, intensity is equals to energy per unit area per unit time. So energy received by the surface in the unit 1 minute of your time will have basically. Yani E is equals to I into A into T. Intensity दे रखा है problem में. Intensity is given for me 50. Area is given as of your 10 into time is given as 1 minute. 1 minute मतलब 60 seconds. इसको simplify कर लीजिए, answer आ जाएगा. Question number 8. An electron is accelerated from the rest through a potential of V volts if the de Broglie wavelength of the electron A भी कर सकते हैं बेटा. de Broglie wavelength in terms of potential दे रखा है. Formula याद है आप लोगों को? Lambda is equals to your 12.27 divided by root of V. Direct shortcut formula in terms of potential. अगर ये याद नहीं है तो आपको फॉर्मूला ये याद रखना चाहिए था. W is equals to 12400 divided by your under root of your 2m into your k. ये वाला रिलेशन याद रखना चाहिए था. That is nothing but ये हो गया. Energy E is equals to divided by lambda. E is equals to your HC divided by your de Broglie wavelength. Lambda is equals to your H by your m into V. That is equals to your H divided by m is equals to under root of 2m into your kinetic energy. Kinetic energy हम लोग स्टॉपिंग पोटेंशियल में भी लिख सकते हैं. तो lambda is equals to H divided by under root of your 2m into charge of electron into potential. ये फॉर्मूला लिखिए, पूरे आपको वैल्यू डाल के करना पड़ता. तो lambda is equals to 12.27 divided by root V. An electron is accelerated from the rest through a potential of V volts. If the de Broglie wavelength of the electron is given for me 1.56, then potential is how much? Root V को बाहर निकाल लीजिए. Root V is equals to 12.27 divided by lambda. यानी that is equals to 12.27 divided by lambda. Lambda की वैल्यू कितनी है बेटा? 1.65 angstroms. So simplify कर लिए, that will give me the potential. That. Question number 9. Gravitation का ये भी ट्राई कर सकते हैं आप लोग. A body weighs 63 Newton on the surface of the earth. What is the gravitational force on it at a height equal to half of the radius of your earth per definition? You know that when you're talking about the gravitational force at a certain height, W will be equal to at a certain height का formula actually क्या बताइए? G at a certain height will be equal to G divided by 1 plus H divided by R का whole square. इसको आप मास से मल्टीप्लाई कर लीजिए. That will give me the weight on both the side. So Wm into Gh will be equal to W. That will be equal to work at a certain height. I am writing it as W. And the body weight 63 Newton on the surface of Earth. यानी mg की वैल्यू हो गई 63 divided by 1 plus at a height equal to half the radius. यानी H is equals to R by 2 divided by R का whole square. Here gets cancelled, so W dash is equals to 63 divided by 1 by 2 का whole square. So simplify कर लीजिए, that will give me the answer for this. 28 आ रहा है, ठीक है. 28 Newton. Next one, 10th one, theoretical question है. मैं already एक से दो बार बता चुका हूँ इसको. Which of the following graph represents the variation of resistivity with the temperature for the semiconductor materials? So resistivity of semiconductor decreases with increase in temperature. But resistivity का formula याद है? Rho T is equals to your rho naught into 1 plus alpha into your temperature difference. Resistance का formula RT is equals to your R naught into 1 plus alpha into your temperature difference. Isn't it? So resistivity of semiconductor decreases with increase of temperature exponentially. So the correct graph will be for this one, third one. Question number 11 देख लीजिए बेटा. Light of frequency 1.7 times the threshold frequency, and mu is equals to 1.7 times of mu naught, is incident on the surface of a photosensitive material. What will be the photoelectric current if the frequency is half and intensity is doubled? What will be the photoelectric? यानी frequency उसको half कर दिया और intensity is right now for me doubled, isn't it? So अब देखो what will be the photoelectric effect current बोल रहा है, frequency को जब आपने half कर दिया basically, actually frequency दे रखा कितना मेरे को 1.7 times of a threshold, यानी mu bar will be equal to 1.7 times of mu naught divided by 2, यानी this will be equal to 0.85. So threshold frequency is obviously lesser than of your original frequency. So no photoelectric emission will take place at all. So it will remain for me thus 0. No photoelectric emission. Done. Light of frequency कितनी है बेटा 1.710 times है, और threshold की कितनी आ रही है basically when the photoelectric current, if the frequencies, ठीक है. Question number 12 is electrostatics and question number 13, assume that the light limit of resolution, हाँ ये तो directly formula based question है. Assume that light of wavelength 550 nanometer is coming from a star. The limit of resolution of a telescope whose objective has a diameter of 1.22 meter will be equal to how much? इसका फॉर्मूला हो गया theta is equals to 1.22 lambda divided by your d. यानी wavelength lambda is equals to कितना दे रखा 550 nanometer, यानी 550 into 10 to the power of minus 9 meters, and d is equals to 1.22 meter. So theta will be equal to 1.22 into lambda. Lambda is your 550 into 10 to the power of minus 9 divided by your d. Divided by d. D कितना दे रखा diameter 1.22. 1.22. So that will be giving me the answer. And उसको simplify कर लीजिए, that will give me the answer. Question number 14, height of the tower kinematics का है. Question number 15 देख लीजिए बेटा. Cylinder मतलब heat and thermodynamics का है. Kinetic theory क्या है देख लीजिए. A cylinder contains oxygen gas at a pressure of 166 kilopascal and temperature 220 Kelvin. Its density is equals to how much? ये बताइए बेटा कोई. A cylinder containing oxygen gas at a pressure of 166 kilopascal, temperature at 200 Kelvin, density will be equal to how much? Density का फॉर्मूला आपको मालूम है रोशनली, density is equals to Pm divided by R into T, direct फॉर्मूला. Isn't it? मास कितना दे रखा है, प्रेशर कितना दे रखा है आपने 166 किलो पास्कल, यानी 166 into 10 to the power of 3 into molecular weight will be equal to 32 grams, यानी 32 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by R. R की वैल्यू कितनी है बेटा 8.3 into टेम्परेचर कितना है 200. सिंप्लीफाई कर लीजिए, that will give me the answer. That question number 16. When uranium isotope 92 uranium 235 is bombarded with a neutron, it generates barium 56 144 and 3 neutrons. Okay, zinc है, proton है, isn't it 36 36 89 109 and iron. जिसका इक्वेशन लिख लीजिए, यूरेनियम is been bombarded with a neutron. तो इक्वेशन क्या बनेगा बेटा, इसका यहाँ देख लीजिए. यूरेनियम मतलब 92 यूरेनियम 235 is bombarded with a neutron. Neutron मतलब 0 and 1. That is giving me right now for me what? Gives and generates barium. It is giving right now for me barium. This is your 36 and 144. Plus उसके साथ क्या आ जाएगा बेटा, इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए will be getting 3 neutrons plus certain amount of your element with that one. X, Z, ये. अब इसका मास नंबर्स और एटॉमिक नंबर्स को इक्वेट कर लीजिए, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे राइट हैंड साइड. अगर इन लोगों के एटॉमिक नंबर्स इक्वेट कर रहा हूँ, 92 मस्ट बी इक्वल टू, दिस विल बी इक्वल टू कितना बेटा 56 है, सॉरी, दिस विल बी इक्वल टू 56 प्लस ऑफ योर Z. तो Z की वैल्यू कितनी आ गई बेटा 92 माइनस 56, दैट विल बी इक्वल टू 32. सो Z की वैल्यू आ गई 36. Z की वैल्यू 36 किसके लिए बेटा, दोनों के लिए भी दिख रहा है यहाँ पर. तो मास नंबर भी अपने को करना पड़ेगा, 235 ऊपर है प्लस 1 इज इक्वल्स टू, ये कितना बन जाएगा 144 यहाँ पर है, प्लस यहाँ पर 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स है, प्लस ये की वैल्यू निकाल लीजिए. दिस विल बी 236 माइनस 147, ये इधर आ जाएगा. तो that is equals to ये, तो कितना आ रहा बेटा, ये is equals to 236 minus 147. 89. So 89th element है third option है. चलिए. Number 17 देखिए बेटा. The decrease in the width of the depletion layer in the PN junction diode is due to the decrease in the width of the depletion layer in PN junction. Depletion layer in the PN junction is due to. कौन सा आंसर होगा बेटा? Reverse bias, increase in forward bias only, both forward and reverse bias, and none of that. Reverse bias में depletion layer बढ़ जाता है बेटा. Forward bias में depletion layer कम हो जाता है. Isn't it? Forward bias होना चाहिए. The phase difference between the displacement and velocity of a particle in a simple harmonic motion. ये क्लास में भी मैं एक से दो बार करवाया था. Of the displacement of the particle and as well as of your velocity. Velocity displacement का formula y is equals to a into sine of your omega t होगा. इसको अगर आप differentiate कर रहे हो right now with respect to time, that will be giving you the velocity. V is equals to your dy by your dt. तो cos में आ जाएगा. Cos मतलब it will be equal to how much will be your pi by 2. Next one. The cobalt rod of susceptibility 199. ये directly formula based question है बेटा. Bar magnetism का. आप लोग कर चुके थे, देख लीजिए. Magnetic field is given as 1500 ampere meter inverse. The permeability of the cobalt will be equal to how much? Susceptibility दे रखा मेरे को 1999 and relative permeability is equals to susceptibility plus 1. So that will be equal to 199 plus 1. That will be equal to 2000. So mu will be equal to your relative permeability into your absolute permittivity. Mu r की value बेटा. So that will be equal to mu r की value आ गई 2000 into mu naught की value 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7. So that will give the value of your mu. 4 to the 8 यानी 8 pi into 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of minus 7. So it is equal to 8 pi into 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla meter ampere inverse. याद रख लीजिए बेटा. Good question. चलिए next. I hope you can even do this question beta. Question number 20 भी आप लोग कर सकते हो. The quantity of the heat required to raise the temperature of two solids of a spheres of area r and 2r through 1 Kelvin will be equal to your how much? Quantity of heat required. And delta Q is equals to m into s into delta theta. Mass will be equal to, mass is equals to volume into density 4 by 3 pi into r cube into rho into specific heat into delta theta. So this is your delta Q. And delta Q by your delta Q2 divided by this one is Q1 will be equal to directly proportional to cube of the radius. यानी r divided by 2r हो गया ना. So this is your 2r of your whole cube. It will be equal to 1 by 8. Direct question. Next one, buddy. 21. Two bodies of masses 2 kg and 3 kg are being tied into the ends of a massless string. The string passes over the pulley which are frictionless. The acceleration of the mass is 2 kg in terms of acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration का formula आप लोग याद होगा directly. A is equals to your m1 minus m2 into g divided by your m1 plus of your m2. Isn't it? So m1 की value कितनी higher value? That is a 3 minus 2 into your g divided by 3 plus 2. That will be equal to g by 5. That the mean free path for an ideal gas with molecular diameter d and number density n is equal to how much? Formula याद है सभी को. Lambda is equals to 1 by under root of your, this will become for me root 2. This will be equal to your pi n into your d square. That second option. Check. 22 electrostatics का है. 24 dimension of coefficient of viscosity will be equal to, viscosity का formula F is equals to 6 pi neta r into your v. तो neta is equals to, constants के लिए कोई dimensions नहीं रहेगा, इसको निकाल दीजिए. So neta is equals to F divided by r into v. F मतलब force, force is equals to mass into acceleration. Mass, acceleration का dimension L t power minus 2 divided by r का dimension L, velocity का dimension L t power minus 1. ये वाला चले गया. So this will be equal to your m L power minus 1 t power of your minus 1. So this will be the 3. M L power minus 1 t power minus 1. The ionization potential of hydrogen atom is 13.6 volt. The energy required to remove an electron from the second orbit of hydrogen atom will be equal to how much? कोई कर सकता है इसको? Ionization energy required to remove an electron is equals to from infinity to your nth orbit, isn't it? Infinity के पास energy कितनी रहती है बेटा? 0. This is your 13.6 into your z square divided by n square, isn't it? So energy का फॉर्मूला आ गया मेरे पास, E is equals to 13.6. ionization energy प्लस में होता है ना बेटा, z square divided by n square. For hydrogen atom, energy required will be to move an electron from this second orbit will be equal to how much? And hydrogen atom के लिए z की वैल्यू कितनी हो गई? 1. 13.6. This one is 1 square divided by your n. N is nothing but 2 square. That is equals to 13.6 divided by 4. So that will be equal to 3.4 electron volt. Very good. Question number 27, Gary. The color code of the resistance is given below. Red, violet, yellow, gold. The value of resistance with the tolerance will be equal to how much? Red के लिए क्या होगा बेटा? 2. Violet के लिए 7. Yellow is 4th element and gold is 5%. इसका पावर हो जाएगा 4. Isn't it? So it is 27 into 10 to the power of 4 plus or minus 5% आ जाएगा. BB Roy of the Great Britain का जो फॉर्मूला है ना वो यूज कर लीजिए. Very good. चलो. Brewster's angle IB for the interference should be equal to your how much? कल ही बताया था मैंने. Brewster's का फॉर्मूला mu is equals to tan of your polarizing angle, isn't it? So इसकी वैल्यू जो है ना थीटा के से कम होना या एग्जैक्टली थीटा, यानी 45 डिग्रीज लेसर देन और इक्वल टू पोलराइजिंग एंगल, दैट मस्ट बी इक्वल टू योर 90 डिग्रीज. ठीक है ना? चलिए, फोर्थ ऑप्शन विल बी द आंसर. गुड क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट वन इज कैपेसिटेंस से, विल कम बैक दैट वन. नेक्स्ट वन इज टार्क का क्वेश्चन है. याद है किसी को फॉर्मूला टार्क का? अगर टार्क का फॉर्मूला याद है तो डायरेक्टली कर सकते हैं बेटा इसको. Find the torque about the origin in a force दे रखा है k cap में, acting on a particle with your j cap, and tau is equals to your r bar cross f bar. R is equals to 3 j cap into force is equals to 4 k cap. 3 4s are 12. J cap cross I cap will be equal to how much beta? I cap. So this will be 12 I cap. Direct formula. ऐसा क्वेश्चन पेपर आ गया ना तो आराम से करके आ सकते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 31. The resistance wire connected in the left gap of the meter bridge balances 15 ohm resistance in the right gap of the point, which divides the bridge into the ratio of 2:3. If the length of the resistance wire is 1.50 meter, then the length of 1 ohm resistance wire will be equal to how much? ये ऐसा कुछ है. यहाँ पर एक रेजिस्टेंस होगा, यहाँ पर एक रेजिस्टेंस होगा और नीचे पोटेंशियोमीटर वायर होगा ऐसा कुछ, और इन दोनों के बीच में गैल्वेनोमीटर, और यहाँ पर हो गया जॉकी. इसका लेंथ है L1, इसका लेंथ है L2, इसका this one is P and this one is equals to Q. In the problem he has given me P is equals to 10 ohms. Now if I am using the balanced Wheatstone bridge concept, R1 by R2 will be equal to your L1 divided by L2. That and a P by Q. P by Q is equals to L1 divided by L2. P की वैल्यू कितनी है? 10 divided by Q is equals to L1 की वैल्यू कितनी है बेटा? 1.5, isn't it? Divided by L2 अपने को निकालना है, और Q की वैल्यू कितनी है बेटा? Resistance wire connected in the left gap of the meter bridge balances 15 ohm resistance in the right gap at a point which divides the ratio. Okay, 1.1 है बेटा. Q की वैल्यू भी 1 दे रखा है प्रॉब्लम नहीं. L2 की वैल्यू कितनी होगी? L2 is equals to 10 divided by 1.5 divided by 10. कितना हो जाएगा? 15 divided by 100, that will be equal to 0.15 meters approximately. Very good. 32. For a transistor action, which of the statement is correct is asking better. Base emitter and collector region should have the same doping. ये तो नहीं हो सकता. Same emitter, both emitter and collector region are forward biased. ये भी नहीं हो सकता. Both emitter and collector region are reverse bias. ये भी नहीं हो सकता. Base region must be very thin and lightly doped. हाँ, this can be possible. क्योंकि collector should be reverse bias and emitter or base should be a forward bias. चलिए. The ratio of the contribution of the electric field ये तो उसका है electromagnetic waves का. Question number 34 देख लो. A charged particle has a drift velocity. Drift velocity दे रखा है. Vd is equals to 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Mobility of this one is given as 3 into 10 to the power of 6. Under the effect of electric field, the value of E will be equal to how much? E is equals to drift velocity divided by your mu. Isn't it? That is drift velocity is 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by mu. Mu की value कितनी है? 3 into 10 to the power of 6. So that will be equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 10. Third option. 35 spherical conductor electrostatics का है. Question number 36, you need significant figures. You can do this one better. Taking into account the significant figure, what is the value of 9.99 meters minus 0.009? क्या होगा बताइए? 9.99 minus 0.009. Your answer should always be in the least number of the decimals beta. You should report into the least number of the decimal places. So the answer should be equal to how much? Already हम लोग एक से दो बार कर चुके हैं इसके अंदर. तीन सिग्निफिकेंट में आपको आंसर लिखना है. 998 वेरी गुड. क्योंकि पॉइंट के बाद यहाँ पर दो है बेटा, यहाँ पर पॉइंट के बाद तीन है डेसिमल के बाद. So that case should be taken. 37 देखो. In X double slit experiment, if the separation between the coherent sources is doubled and the distance of the screen from the slit plane is half, then the fringe width will become how much? Fringe width का फॉर्मूला मैंने कल ही बताया था आप लोगों को. Beta is equals to lambda into capital D divided by your small d. That is immersed in the water. Lambda dash will be equal to how much? Lambda. और इसने बोला कि coherent sources screen, the distance between the screen and the slit is half. यानी capital D is becoming half. And the fringe width will become how much? The separation between the coherent sources doubled. यानी small d is being doubled. So ये हो गया lambda into capital D divided by 4 times of d. And this will become for me beta by 4. Done. चल. 38. ये बड़ा important question है देखिए. Two cylinders of equal capacities are connected to each by a stop clock. A contains an ideal gas at standard temperature and pressure. B is completely evacuated. The entire system is thermally insulated. The stop clock suddenly opens. Which one of the following is of your correct? मैंने already एक से दो बार पढ़ाया था इसको. ये आप लोग एक बार कर लीजिए बेटा. Two cylinders of equal capacities are connected to each other by a stop clock. A contains an ideal gas at standard temperature and pressure B, and B is completely evacuated. The entire system is thermally insulated. The stop clock suddenly opens. Which one of the following is correct? Pressure of the gas becomes double. The gas equation can be applied to the intermediate state. The temperature of the gas becomes half. The change in internal energy will be equal to your 0. See the free expansion, there is no work done, madam. Suddenly हो रहा है तो. So temperature will remain unaffected. So that means the internal energy will always remain constant. The pressure will decrease and on doubling or on the volume increase होने की वजह से. So as the temperature is not changing, internal energy का formula होता है N into C into delta T. As there is no change in temperature, initial or final same है, तो change in temperature will become 0. So internal energy will also become for me 0. Question number 39. The power obtained in a reactor using uranium-235 disintegration is 1000 kilowatts. The mass decay of uranium-235 per hour will be equal to your how much? Power obtained in a reactor using uranium-235 disintegration is 1000 kilowatt hour. The mass decay will come back to this one beta. Question number 40 देख लीजिए. A capillary tube of radius r is immersed in a water and water rises to a height h in a tube. The mass of the water raised in a capillary tube is 6 grams. Another capillary tube of radius 6g is immersed in water. The mass of the water that will raise in the tube will be equal to your how much? I already told you n number of times. In the capillary tube, mass is directly proportional to the radius. So it is right now m2 divided by f1 will be equal to r2 divided by r1. Okay. The mass of the water raises in the capillary tube is 6g. Another capillary tube of radius 2r. यानी इसका हो गया r is equals to 2 times of r1 divided by r1. A1 gets cancelled. So m2 is equals to 2 times of your m1. m1 की वैल्यू दे रखा है 6. 2 into 6 that will be equal to 12 grams. That 12 grams per meter. Mass है ना बेटा 6 times of your g. G is acceleration due to gravity. Question number 41. The screw gauge has the least count equal to 0.02 mm and there are 50 divisions on its circular scale. The pitch of the screw will be equal to how much? कितना होगा बेटा? Least count का फॉर्मूला याद है आप लोग? Least count is equals to pitch by your number of circular divisions. So pitch will be equal to how much for me? Least count into number of circular divisions or circular scale division. Least count कितना है मेरे पास यहाँ पर? The screw gauge has a least count equal to 0.02 mm into number of divisions are 50, isn't it? So 5 2s are 10. यानी 1 के अंदर एक ही आंसर आ रहा है. That is nothing but 2 mm. Direct question. 42. For the logic gate, the truth table is equals to how much for me? This is A, यानी ये हो गया A bar. This is B, यानी ये हो गया B bar. Isn't it? So what type of gate it is? It is a NOT gate and it is also a NOT gate and this will be equal to your AND gate. So truth table लिख लीजिए. इसका जो input बनेगा यहाँ पर इनपुट बनेगा A बार और इसको बनेगा B बार. यानी Y value will be equal to your how much बेटा? Y value will be equal to your A bar dot B bar. उसका पूरा बार आ जाए यानी that will be equal to your A plus B. So it is an OR gate, isn't it? For OR gate it will be what output बेटा? 0 1 1 1. Done. Question number 43. The average thermal energy for a diatomic rigid molecule is Boltzmann's constant and T or absolute temperature for me. देखो अगर मैं if I need to write the average energy का formula, so energy का formula आप लोग को याद होना चाहिए. E is equals to your F by 2 into Boltzmann's constant into absolute temperature. Number of degrees of freedom for the diatomic will be equal to 5. This is 5 by 2 into Boltzmann's constant into T. Second option will be the answer. Direct question. The solid metal which has a negative temperature coefficient of the resistance is very, very important. See, for insulator and semiconductor, temperature coefficient is negative and it is positive only for metals. So remember, alpha is positive for metals. Okay, and alpha is negative. Alpha means a temperature coefficient. Alpha is negative for semiconductors and insulators. Insulators इसके लिए negative होता है. So insulators and semiconductors, fourth option will be the answer. Then question number 45 is center of mass. Question number 46 is your average translational kinetic energy of the molecule. Kinetic theory of gases का है. The average translational kinetic energy of the molecules in 1 mole of all ideal gases at the same temperature is same. The average kinetic energy of 1 mole of an ideal gas at a temperature T is given by 9 by 2 times of your R into your T part definition. बताइए क्या होगा? Average kinetic energy of 1 mole of an ideal gas is 9 by 2. Reason wrong hoga, but reason is wrong for this. First one, the average translational kinetic energy of the molecule in 1 mole of all ideal gas at the same temperature is same. That's true, isn't it? Assertion is true, but reason is false for this. 47. If the angles of the base of the prism are equal, then the position of the minimum deviation, the refracted ray will pass parallel to the base of the prism. Yes, assertion is correct. In case of minimum deviation, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of emergence. Yes, this is also correct. So assertion, reason, both of them are correct better right now. Isn't it? Assertion, reason, both of them are true, and the reason is correct explanation for the assertion. First option will be the answer. Question number 48, a wave का है. Then question number 49 देख लीजिए बेटा एक बार. We get diffraction pattern from the wide slit illuminated by monochromatic. Diffraction वो छोटे से होल में से आता है बेटा. It will not come from the what do you call that? We cannot get बोल रहा है. We cannot get a diffraction pattern from the wide slit. True, because we can get the diffraction only from the pinhole. So assertion is correct. In diffraction pattern, all the bright bands are not of same intensity. True, क्योंकि इसका ग्राफ कैसा रहता था आपको याद है ना? ऐसा आके सेंट्रल पे मैक्सिमम होता था, फिर कम होके ऐसे चले जाता था. Isn't it? So center पे मैक्सिमम होता, बाकी की जगह पूरा कम होते चले जाएगा in the diffraction pattern by definition. ठीक है ना? So both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. खाली statements correct है बेटा, लेकिन second one is not connected to the first one. First 50th one is moment of inaction. ठीक, आप लोग कर लीजिए एक बार. So I hope एक बार फॉर्मूलेस आपके रिवीजन हो गए होंगे. फिर इवनिंग में भी एक घंटे से ऐसे ही फिर हम लोग डिस्कशन कर लेंगे. ठीक है? ठीक है बेटा, बाय.